Ready?
Okay. Call the meeting to order. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
President Mayo is absent. Councilman Howell.
Present.
Councilman Sutton.
Here.
Vice President Newberg.
Here.
We have a quorum.
No correspondence at all?
Let's make a motion to amend the agenda
I'll make a motion to amend the agenda.
to include ordinance 09/2025. Second reading.
Motion.
Motion to that effect.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All set? Appointments needed. Replacement for Ryan Higgins as Secretary for Planning Commission.
Any hits on that? No?
How about replacement Phil Laffoon for Traffic Commission? And then how about replacement for Ryan Higgins for Town Council replacement?
Have a look at,
Excuse me?
it's not a very popular thing.
Yeah, nobody wants it. Hey, real quick, do you think this is something, or can we do this for these appointments needed? That we could maybe put something out in the flyers with the water bills and sewer bills? Anybody interested in these, come to the town hall?
Yeah.
I mean, does that sound logical to anybody? I mean,
Did you-
yeah. You might be surprised, somebody
Yeah.
might.
Just have them initially contact the office. if they're
Right.
Interested.
Take a list of names,
Yeah.
Can we do that for the council?
Yeah.
Can we? Ryan's position?
Okay,
At this point,
yeah.
At this point. Okay, next one is BZA replacement for Nathan as president.
You don't have, your vice president. Who was your vice? Don't know.
Was Justin here? No, he's not on the BZA, he's on the planning commission. I can't, Noel was. I
Oh,
think.
no.
I got that. Do you know for sure?
No, I don't. I'm making, I think it's, yes.
It says.
Pretty sure it's Noel. So,
That's something that somebody could ask her.
She may not have been there when she got appointed. She may have been elected in when she wasn't there. I'm surprised, should have been in the minutes. Gary, no, following. He keeps really good minutes.
Okay.
Where do we stand with that?
We're going to put a flyer in the bill.
Okay, all right. Next item is proof for meeting minutes, September 4th, public hearing. Have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Second, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve minutes for the regular September 4th meeting.
Motion.
Second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
I have a motion to approve the September 11th executive session.
Motion.
Have a second.
Aye.
Aye.
Office of Planning Commission,
No report,
BZA,
no report,
Traffic,
no report.
Park Board will meet next month. Still trying to work on getting the bridge taken care of. Animal Control,
No report.
Building Commissioner.
Don't need to read it.
Yes.
Building inspector report for September 2025. We had 3 contractor registrations, 2 remodels, 2 accessory buildings, 1 sign, 1 demolition, 1 electrical upgrade, and 1 new construction, for a total amount of $1,304.80.
Okay, thank you. Clerk Treasurer reports.
Personnel committee, no report. Facilities coordinator, no report. For NERC, I attended the leadership meeting on September 16th and the executive board meeting on September 8th. In my other notes, I just wanted to make it public that Natalie Moore has resigned her position as deputy clerk. She has moved on to working in Valparaiso in a bigger position for her. I wish her all the best in her future endeavors, and she will definitely be missed by us all. Her replacement is Jennifer Messer. She worked at Horizon Bank for quite a few years, and so she is her replacement. She started September 22nd. She's doing a great job. And that completes my reports.
Okay, thank you. Public Works report.
I do have a few things. Last month, Fred got ahold of me, Fred Pachusick, about a well for the school. They had indicated that they were gonna put a well in to use for irrigation for their track. Apparently, they tried to seed it, didn't take, so they were gonna sod the whole track. And they needed to have water to water it, and they needed to get it done quickly. When Fred got a hold of me, I got a hold of them and went over there. I met with the superintendent, Paige Nolte, and she showed me where the well was gonna go. And I think I talked to most of you guys that the well's only for irrigation for that track, so it's not in any way connected to the potable system. But I knew that it needed some type of approval in order to do that. So with Chuck's help, we were able to find the ordinance that was passed in like 79 regarding wells, and it does not require a permit. What it requires is permission. And permission comes from the town council. And they follow the rule. It needed to be submitted 15 days before the board meeting, which when Fred contacted me, we figured it was 15 days before. I told them they needed to fill out a petition, a letter of request, which I think you guys might have that with your stuff, maybe not. And the problem was they needed to get it done quicker because they needed to get that sod in there. So I didn't see any issues with it. I looked at the location, it looked fine. So what I'd like to get from you guys is that permission for them to go ahead and do it, and that way we can produce a letter that we will give to the school that signifies that the town council has granted permission for them to install a well that they can put in their file that makes it illegal. So, and just so you know, if anybody comes that talks about a well or says about a well, it isn't that they need a permit to do it, they need permission. And go through the channels. So I know at times you guys have people that say, yeah, I'd like to put a well in to water this or that. And like I said, it doesn't say they need a permit. It says they just need to file a petition 15 days before a meeting, and then you guys would rule whether you're gonna grant it or deny it.
I think that hopefully maybe the minutes should show, and I'll just give my opinion of it too. I think my reason to approve or allow it is because I think it's for betterment of the entire community. which differs from a lot of private home wells that they want to water their own yards. This will benefits the entire school and really the entire the whole school district. So I think this falls under a special category that normally I would never approve the well in town, but this is a totally different situation here.
I agree, Nathan, the
Yeah.
fact that it benefits, the whole school, Tri-Township covers to the benefit
And I think in their letters,
of the residents, students. So
And
If you don't get it, they're gonna miss the track season.
right, and I think it's, that if it, hopefully it's on record though, so when somebody wants to come and hook a well up to water their garden, it's a little different.
I agree. So, we'll get them a letter that they can put in the file that gives the reason and gives them permission to go ahead and proceed with that. So, and
Approval on the letter before I mail it out.
yeah, that would be fine. Okay, so I just need you guys to vote to grant permission and authorize her to send a letter.
I make that motion.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right. I did talk to Nathan a little bit. We do have a issue with the water plant. Chuck identified a glitch in the testing that he does every day that we isolated to a cell. I don't want to get too technical, that the filter is 5 cells, individual cells, but they have what's called a common underdrain. So they're kind of connected to one another. And the end cell, 3 years ago, we had a company called Peerless Midwest come in and inspect the filter, pull the hatches, took core samples of the filter media. And that cell, they produced a report that said that cell had lost part of its media. It's kind of layered, like stratus, heavier rock at the bottom and then lighter rock, and it's built like a filter, and on the top it had like a green sand. They call it Iron Man. Tonka makes an Iron Man sand. It's a certain type of filter media on the top. That was down 16 inches from its original. So they had recommended 3 years ago that we consider pulling it down, redoing that filter. And I do believe they weren't going to take out the lower layers. They believe that you could simply, I think the way I read it would be to scrape off the top and then just add the new media on the top. I don't think they really have identified why that cell had 16 inches missing. We talked various things, maybe the weight was backwash, maybe this or that. Nathan talked about the under drain. But the interior of that unit was in such good shape that we just believe that, my personal belief is that the way the automatic backwash works, that cell is the last cell to get backwashed in the cycle. And when you start with the first cell, you've got 4 cells supplying the water to the first cell that all have the iron and the stuff sitting on top. So the velocity that comes through, although it's enough, I think by the time you get all 4 of those cleaned in here to that last cell, and you've got 4 cells that are nice and clean supplying that water to the end one, and it's right by the outlet pipe, or maybe you just get more push. We don't see it in the, and I'm gonna get too technical, and you guys aren't gonna understand what I'm talking about anyway, but I don't see it in the lagoons, but this is over the course of 20 years.
Yeah.
It isn't like it all went out there in a week. It's over the course of 20 years, it could be in that lagoon. We just don't see it.
No.
So Peerless, we worked with Kurt and Andy, and we're pretty confident that we can pull that filter down and we can look in there. There may be some decisions that have to be made on the spot. You never know in these kind of jobs.
You're still thinking just pulling the media, just replacing that.
That's what we believe will work.
Could they take a fitting off the bottom and just put a camera up there and see?
I did ask, you know, they were supposed to get back with me, trying to get something before the meeting. But they haven't gotten back with me yet with the price or the procedure that they.
We had one once about the underdrain was gone,
Really?
and all the media was in the
Really? Down at the bottom.
And I think it was just when the diffusers were
Really?
pulled off.
That may be something that we'll discuss then with Kurt and Andy to see if we could try to make sure the underdrain.
So
is
Kurt's
still-
involved with this?
Yeah, we met with him. He came out. Last time we pulled the filter down and they did the inspection, Kurt was here.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, they cored all 5 of them, sent them in. But they recommended it 3 years ago. We didn't do it because of the expense. But here we are 3 years later, we're still in the same spot. Now that these iron content has went up, we isolated that cell off of the system and it's returned to normal. So that's pretty much a smoking gun that it's that cell. So, I think 3 years ago when they gave us a quote, if I'm right, Chuck, it was a little less than $18,000 to do the work. Based on that, I'm sure that it's not gonna be $18,000 now. So we're still waiting for that. But we do believe that it's something that we probably need to take care of, before winter. So we're kind of in a push to make sure we can get this online, and get it repaired. So, I was hoping that I'd have something to give you guys tonight that we could authorize so that we can continue to move ahead rather than having to wait for another month for a board meeting to,
Can't we do it something?
Not to exceed.
See,
Yeah.
I mean, we, just for,
Let's just not to exceed 30,000.
yeah, that's what I would recommend, not to exceed 30,000, and then we'll go from there. We are gonna try to help as much as we can. They asked if, you know, we could provide certain
Maybe you can
things.
shove Jeff up the pipe or something, have him.
Yeah, and Jeff volunteered. So if you guys could do it not to exceed 30, that way, because I'm sure all the materials take time to get, you know, that green sand, I'm calling it that, but it's something else. It's gonna take time to get in. I'd like them to move ahead with it, so if you guys do that, I can authorize it as soon as we, get it together with them again. And I'll talk to them about the underdrain about that. Because we were just banding stuff around, trying to figure out. how to make it.
So I'll make the motion.
Yeah, I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Now, the other, expense is, the air conditioning unit here does not function anymore.
We need air conditioning.
It's out
It's
altogether.
out, yeah.
Hey, you feel it?
Larry was here.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Larry was here, I was with him on the outside unit. That, I do believe that's about, 14 years old. And it's a 5-ton put in by Jorgensen, and it's toast. We tried to, Denise wanted us to try to do our best to make it run. And it's not gonna run. So the problem is the Freon now has changed drastically from that Freon and that line set, sadly to say, you know, the furnace is in the attic. And the line set goes up in the wall of the ladies' bathroom. So they went through the brick wall, up the stud wall, and then into the attic, which means that you would literally have to tear the wall out of the ladies' bathroom in order to get the line set out or pick a new course. We discussed all of that, moving the air conditioner, trying to come in, running the line on the outside, putting a hole, whatever. Larry was even looking at trying to somehow purge the existing line by cutting off the elbows, and there's a technique they use that they have to do for that new Freon, and then trying to reattach it. I think his partner, and did you give them the quote that he gave us?
I just passed it off.
Okay, that's that name, Bernelco, yes. That's Tom, Larry and Tom work together on a lot of those things. They also looked at changing the filtration system upstairs. That's really a mess on that furnace. It's filters stacked on top, little skinny ones, 1-inch filters. if you're gonna do this, we'd like to put in a regular, bigger set filter, like a 3-inch that.
Air bears or whatever.
Yeah, something that would do the job. So, you know, this too, if he can scour the line, we don't have to do as much, but if you can't, you know, you gotta drill holes in the wall, and somehow we've got to get that line set through that attic area, which is all built, it'd be a challenge to get it over there, but, so he gave us a price to do it. And I think with the discount, it would be $97.32.45. That's for a new 5-ton unit. That's a pretty big unit out there. And it would be to put in the filtration system and put in a new A coil. You gotta have a new A coil with that, so you can't use the existing A coil. So
Sounds reasonable to me.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it would be all done. So I mean, probably if he gets it done right away, Denise probably won't get to use it till next year. But you never know. It's pretty much summer. So if you guys want to do that, where Denise wants to get the money from, that'll be.
General.
Okay, that would be her call. So you guys just need to approve it and we'll get that going.
Motion to approve it.
Motion.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the only other thing I got, and I don't really have much to say about that at this point, is we did send the letter to Casey's General Stores regarding the manhole situation. We have not, at this point, got a response back. We did send it certified, or I guess that's certified.
Return
So we know they got it, they signed for it, but there's been nothing back from them at this point, so. But we did ask for the full, $16,785.75. So we'll see what happens, and then once we get a response back, I'll let you know, Brody, and we'll go from there. Not sure if maybe they'll be fine, maybe not. I'm sure they'll ask questions. We kept the letter short. I didn't provide pictures because, again, to the naked eye, they would look at that picture and go,
Yeah.
I'm not even sure I know what that is for sure. So, you know, I didn't try to add or subtract anything. We tried to keep it short and sweet and just see what the response was. And then if they have questions, they can come out, we can walk them through what we've got and we'll go from there. I'm hoping we get a positive response, but as of this point, we do not have a response yet. So that's all I got.
Next item is unfinished business for ordinance 08-2025, 2026 budget adoption. Any discussion? Denise?
I know, and I'll just bring this up to council, to Baker Tilly, my financial advisor, you know, they've been working with me in the last couple of years with my budget. And they told me, at some point, we're not gonna be able to fund the garbage disposal for the town. They said that our general fund can't hold it, any longer, you know, we're really hurting ourselves by taking on this task. It's about $84,000 a year, and it will only climb up to then. So at some point, we may have to think about having the town pay for their own garbage. Because what happens every year is I have to move money from another fund somewhere else to try to, you know, to compensate for it, to pay it out of CD or pay it out of, you know, CCI or whatever. So I'm just saying, so Denise, if you make it another year, I'll be surprised.
Well, I would think if we do it, we would do a gradual one if we can, instead of, you
I don't know how you do that. How do you do a gradual,
I mean.
let them know at Christmas and then,
No, I mean, why couldn't we, the first year, we're gonna, so say the monthly fee is gonna be $15, why can't we take $8 of it the first year or whatever, and then the next year do, or.
are you talking a separate billing on top of us still paying for the,
Pay for part of it.
and then they pay for part of it?
Well, wasn't the trash being figured in with the water and sewer bills?
The
No?
garbage pickup is coming, the town pays for it, and the recycle comes out of the property taxes.
Okay. But where's the fund that's the town's paying for it coming out of?
That's coming out of general,
General.
Just general?
yeah.
So
Based off the taxes or what?
it's just been this way ever since
Yeah,
I've come on.
It's been this way through.
Yeah, I know, but I just, so there's gotta be something.
Yeah.
Nothing this,
You know, when you bill them, you know where you're gonna, you know what you're gonna put that bill on, don't you?
what,
You're gonna put it on the water bill.
yeah,
Well, and then.
Yeah.
That leads me to say too, that we haven't had a water rate increase for a very, very long time. And I'm very concerned about our water fund. Where we don't make enough to keep afloat, for it. So I'm just letting you know right now my concern for that. I know we just had a wastewater rate increase. I'd hate to do this right now. Maybe sometime next year we can table it and talk about it, but it needs to happen. I don't know, how many years, Chuck, has it been since we've had a rate increase?
Did we do $1? Right, did something when we built the trailer and the tower.
2013?
Yeah.
It's been 12 years since we've had a water rate increase. The
Yeah, I think we
water,
had a rate increase when we did the plan. I don't remember though.
it's just starting to show, I'm
I don't
noticing.
know about the.
We're not making any money off of it at all. We're actually hurting for them. So just wanted to bring that up to you regarding my budget.
So as you know, the water filter repair did not come out of the cash operating for the water. There's not adequate funds in that fund to pay the $30,000 bill. So that means it will have to come out of Riverbone or.
Well, I looked at it because you asked me to be prepared and
Yeah.
CCD, CDIT, and CCI. I would find between three of them. But even that will deplete the improvement for CDIT. So. I don't know.
Yeah, you know,
We need to look at, so what are tap on fees?
1,500?
no, 400 for our residents and, the businesses are at our discretion, we figure those out, but a regular house is $400, for water and $1,000 for sewer.
And I would also like to propose, if we're talking about trying to get revenue for the town, I mean, this may be minor, but the fines and fees schedule has not been updated for a very long time. That requires the council to sit down and really think hard about increasing the revenues. We're laughed at by the police department when they're pulling somebody over and they're only charged $1, for speeding or whatever.
well, that'd be
As an
easy.
example. So I encourage the council to address it, work on it, because we need to get some revenue for the town.
They pull over speeders on 30 out there, they'll have enough money to build a new courthouse.
I like a toll booth,
Yeah,
it is only for a week. You don't give the money back when they stop.
right.
Further discussion?
No,
Need approval on, claims?
Jeff,
Oh, shoot.
we need to make a motion to adopt the ordinance for the budget.
oh, on the unfinished. Motion,
Second. All in favor?
aye.
Right.
And then you can go ahead and do ordinance 09/2025 for the boring permit amendment.
Oh, okay, motion, prove it. So moved.
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
Now you can do the things, right?
Okay. Have approval of claims? So moved.
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
Any other business? Public comments? Motion to adjourn. So moved. Second,
Second,
all in favor?
aye.
Got it.
Did you ever see my text that I sent you 2 weeks ago?
Which
That's
one?
making the mayor for Michigan City.
Yes, I did.
You did, okay.
Yes, thank
It
you.
didn't look like you were read it, so that's why I asked.
I get much of these.
Okay.
I had no idea. I didn't know who there was.
No, yeah, you got it for the first time.
Alright.
How much money do we get for this? Well,
How much money do we get for it? Not much. We have like 117,000 in Riverboat, but we don't have Flowville.
right.
And we got 100,000 for rain. That's all, that's pretty much all.
Is a riverboat, does riverboat go up or is it?
Riverboat, it just comes. Riverboat is the casino money that.
Right.
Riverboat. So I think this last gap we got like 13.
Michigan City's big enough.
Oh, sure.
Crazy.
We're not.
I know, that's what I don't understand.
Yeah, yeah, we just got like 15,000, I think, for the last draw.
Are we still on? That's okay.